All right, so we thought it would be a good idea today to show you what we're doing with our extra quail eggs. As you know, we put some eggs in the incubator about 14 days ago. Today actually started lockdown, where I took the eggs out of the egg turners, increased the humidity, and put the eggs just on the floor. So in about 3 days, we should start to have some hatching. So for the past 14 days or so, I've been collecting eggs. We have eaten some, but I've got about 80 eggs here, and I like pickled eggs. So we thought it'd be a good idea to show you how we do it. And I've only done quail pickled eggs one time. I've pickled a lot of chicken eggs and have eaten maybe, definitely in the hundreds of quick stop, supermarket, we call them superettes down here. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. I mean, this recipe is, most of it came out of an old cookbook I had, and I've added a little bit of stuff to it. So we'll go over that, and then we'll get the eggs into the pot and get them boiling. So these are the ingredients for the pickled eggs. Of course, the eggs, that's a bucket of about 80 eggs. And then our liquid's gonna be about half and half apple cider vinegar and white vinegar. And I'm kind of guessing on that. I think it's gonna make about 4 pint jars. So I may have to liquid off a little bit, but if we have to add water, it's no big deal. Then I'm putting 4 cloves of garlic because I got, I think, 4 jars. There's 4 pickled peppers. I didn't have any fresh peppers, so I'm just gonna throw some pickled ones in there. That's about a half onion and about a teaspoon or so of red pepper. Same on the pepper flakes, a couple of bay leaves, about a teaspoon of pickling salt, and about, I don't know, a teaspoon and a half maybe, or 2 teaspoons of sugar. And all of that is gonna go into the pickling juice. The summer sausage, pay no never mind, that's what I'm snacking on while I'm making them. Okay. So now I'm gonna start slowly dropping these things down in there. And then we are going to get them to a rolling boil and boil them about 3 minutes and cool them down and start cracking. It's just tap water. So there's like 8 hens out there. They started laying at about 6 weeks old. They're laying about an average of 6 eggs a day, which is, it takes about 6 eggs to make a, 5 or 6 eggs to make a chicken egg. But, they're doing this in about 24 square feet. So it's supposed to be more efficient. All right, 80 eggs. That pot could probably hold maybe 20 more. Anyway, we'll let them get to a boil. All right, so we're almost at a rolling boil. Once that starts to roll, we're gonna put the lid on it, set a timer for 3 minutes, and then back off. All right, that's us. Now we're gonna cut the fire off, grab this hot pot. I am gonna pour some of this hot water out carefully. Little suckers want to come out of there. Now I'm gonna start running some cool water in them. Whoop. I may just let the water come here, little dude. Come here, little dude. Looks like I still got the dang drain in there. I'll just let this cold water run over for a little bit. It won't take these little eggs that long to cool down. That's just an odd one that didn't have any color. They're pretty eggs though. All right, so I'm gonna let them sit in there for a little bit. And I'm gonna dump them out on the towel, on one of these dish towels right here, because I need to use that pot for the brine. And they'll be cool. They're probably cool enough now. That dang pot handle ain't though. Son! I don't think this thing's long enough to pick it up. Alright, we're gonna make do. Alright, this should be pretty cool now. So, we're gonna have to get to peeling. I saw somebody put some in a, it's actually a glass jar, or pan, whatever this is. Like that, and they added some water to it, like that, and then they put a lid on it and shook the eggs to bust them all up. Of course, the lid's important if you're going to shake them. But I think the glass jar is the ticket. This ain't glass. We're going to try it anyway. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, they're all busted up. They're all busted up. So that's supposed to make them easier to peel. Quail eggs have a real thick membrane on them. Once you get that membrane started, it ain't so bad. There you go, one little quail egg right there. So I'm gonna peel these 80 and then we'll get back with y'all. So it's kind of tedious. But once you get that started, I mean the membrane is thick enough that it kind of peels off pretty good. It still may be something you want to do. Sitting on the couch like shelling peas and watching hee-haw. I'm just dropping them in a jar. Okay, so now we got all those 82, I think, eggs peeled. It took about 2 episodes of Bonanza. And then I threw my onions in there, and then pickled pepper in each jar, and then the garlic that I had, I just basically just mashed it with a knife. I mean, just smashed it, you know. So now we are going to put the pickling, or the pickle juice, brine, whatever you want to call it, and get it started. So here's the mixture of apple cider vinegar and white vinegar. Then I'm gonna add the salt and the bay leaves, cayenne pepper, sugar, and pepper flakes. Everybody in the pool, as they say. Then I'm gonna add 1 split Sturgis garden pepper. If you don't have a Sturgis garden pepper, store-bought will be fine. We're gonna let that come up to a simmer. That's fun. Let me stir this a little bit. Now you can taste this if you want to and adjust. We'll give time for the sugar and salt to melt. We're gonna see if we can carefully, I need to start up, carefully start adding this to our eggs. So it didn't fill them up quite all the way, which is okay, because let me just leave those bay leaves in a couple of them. It ain't gonna matter. I'll just top these off with a little bit of water and it'll be fine. That'll be good. Okay, that's pretty much it. These will get lidded off. And I mean, they don't have to be sealed or anything. It's not like they're, you know, when you can stuff and use a canner and all that. I don't know where the bands are. I'll have to ask the boss lady when she gets back where the bands are. But those will be fine cooling off anyway. The stuff's still a little bit warm. So suppose you can keep these in the refrigerator. I mean, honestly, you know, you can look that up. Every time I've gotten them, they have been sitting on the bar of a convenience store, unrefrigerated. So, and I'm sure I've eaten them a year old at least at a convenience store. So, but I promise that these won't last a year. We eat a lot of salads, and they're good on salads. They're good with sandwiches. They're good with cold beer. These will not last a year. So now that these are done, today I will actually start collecting eggs for a week to put in the incubator, and they'll be going in as soon as the newly hatched chicks will be coming out. So I'll collect eggs for about a week again, get about probably 40 or so, refill the incubator, and then go again to collecting eggs just for eating or pickling. We don't eat a lot of them, you know, like scrambled or anything. I've eaten boiled, I mean, just boil a couple, but they are hard to crack. That little membrane, once you start getting it peeled, it'll peel off like a rind on one of those apple peelers, you know. Just you get the whole thing off in one piece. I mean, the whole thing will come off in one piece if you take your time. But that wasn't that bad. 80 eggs. I don't know if I'd want to do a whole lot more than that. Then sometimes, you know, you feel like you get to where you're just rambling on. All right. Anyway, that's it. Pickled eggs. They may be Cajun pickled eggs. They're a little bit spicy. Are they Cajun pickled eggs? They could be. There's not really Cajun seasoning in there. They're spicy pickled eggs. Spicy pickled eggs. Ready to go. Appreciate y'all watching. Like and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time around.